Jade Steffens back now with our full forecast, and while we're not having major snow, it is going to cool down a little bit.
Yes, definitely, Jody. As we just saw in that brainstorming segment, we're transitioning into spring, and with spring definitely comes a lot of rain, and we're going to see that for tonight. For today, though, looking cool and cloudy. We're starting off 37 degrees, feeling like 28 with winds coming in from the northeast, fairly strong, 14 miles per hour. Now we're waking up to the 30s right now, 32 in Bethany, 31 in Atchison, and 32 in Maryville. Lots of clouds. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that sunshine again for today. Just cloudy skies all the way through the afternoon. We have a slow warm up on the way as well. We're in the 30s. Eventually, we'll make it into the mid to upper 40s. Not too cold, but definitely a chilly and cloudy day. A little bit gloomy, if you will, with the wind starting to pick up from the east. So switch coming from the east through the afternoon, and then for this evening, that's when we'll see rain chances pick up. I'd say anytime after 5 is when we'll have our best chance for rain, continuing all the way overnight into your Wednesday morning. Tomorrow we don't have quite as big of a chance for rain, but still could see some scattered showers throughout the day developing, and then overnight Wednesday into Thursday, more rain on the way. So the rest of the week will be very cool and rainy, temperatures staying in the 40s all the way through Thursday. 60% chance of rain tomorrow and 80 on Thursday. So definitely feeling like spring out there with all of that rain. And for today, we'll stay dry for the most part. 48 for our high, and then this evening around 5, 6 o'clock, that's when we'll see the rain move in. Rain will continue all the way overnight, lows in the 30s, and then for tomorrow, another day in the 40s with rain continuing through the morning into the afternoon. For the rest of the week, still staying pretty chilly, finally drying out on Friday, but just before we see rain and snow chances pick back up on Saturday, highs in the 50s on Sunday.
Welcome back. Here's Mary Grace Rice with Mark Matthews of Edward Jones to talk about estate planning and your future.
Welcome back. Well, today we're joined by Mark Matthews. He's with Edward Jones. Mark, thanks for joining us today.
Mary Grace, good afternoon. Glad to see you.
Yes, of course, and you're here to talk about something very important. That is estate planning, and you're coming on the show. You actually have 5 steps to guide us here, and you know, people may be working hard on their portfolios and things like that, but you also need to focus on the future. So what are some common mistakes people make with estate planning, and what's the right way to navigate this?
Great question. Well, you know, as far as there's one probably main mistake that people do, and that's to not have a plan. A statistic I have here shows that about 55% of Americans die without an estate plan, which means that wherever they die, whatever state they're in, the state laws have a plan for everyone's estate. That's called probate. And so if folks are okay with that, that's fine. But if you'd like to have your own stamp on your estate and how it gets dispersed at some future date, some things you can do is to make sure that you have your core documents are in place. And that would be a will, possibly a trust. Not everyone needs one, but some people certainly can benefit from that. Power of attorney and a healthcare directive. And those are very important to help your loved ones or someone you trust navigate things on your behalf when you're unable to. We hope that doesn't happen, but it's better to have those things in place so that if you're incapacitated, people can intervene on your behalf. And that's a good topic for an estate planning attorney. Another thing people can do that's not hard is to make sure that your assets and your titling and your beneficiary designations are up to date and reflect who you want. Maybe you forget that you have your ex-spouse as the beneficiary of your 401k plan, and that may not be what you want to have happen down the road. Maybe it is, but as your family changes, people die or born, marriages, divorces, those are all good reasons to revisit and make sure that the pecking order is the way you want it for beneficiaries and things like that. Tell your loved ones where your documents are, how to access them. If they're in a safe that no one has the key to or the combination, that's a real roadblock. Or a safe deposit box that the key's been lost. Make sure people know, how to find your stuff when you die so that they can execute your plan and not wonder, well, what did mom or dad want? Because we can't find their paperwork. This is your legacy. You want to share it with the people that are involved with it, and a good idea to do so. And kind of related, these days, a lot of information is stored digitally. And so, you read about stories where someone's stuff is locked away in a digital type of account and no one knows how to get to it and the company won't share with you. And I don't know how those get resolved, but you can avoid that by sharing with your loved ones how to get into your such and such account that you access online, that type of thing. And finally, review your documents every 2 or 3 years. Doesn't have to be all the time, but every couple, 3 years, or whenever you have those life events that change things. People born, people pass, that type of thing is a good reason just to review your documents and make sure they read like you want them to, because time goes by quickly, and what was good 10 years ago or 20 years ago may not be really what you want now, but you've got to take action to change that stuff so it reads the way you want it to.
So how can we get in contact with you, someone else from Edward Jones, to take action and start estate
So
planning?
edwardjones.com is a great way to punch in your zip code, and it will tell you advisors that are near you. And of course, there's several of us here in the St. Joseph area. That's the quick, easy way to do that. And our advisors can help people not design their plan, but certainly help them, guide them along the way. And if they don't have an estate attorney, to find someone that can help in that regard.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, Mark Matthews with Edward Jones. Mark, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you, Mary Grace.
And we'll be back after the break. Stay with us.
We're going to head now to Tech Bites. Weight Watchers is making a multi-million-dollar bet on the booming business of obesity drugs. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has those details in today's Tech Bites.
Welcome back. It's 5:55 on your Tuesday morning. It's a little bit of a chilly and cloudy start to the day, but as far as traffic goes, things are looking good. That's along 36 Highway near Cameron, as well as along 29. St. Joseph is looking clear, as well as to the north of St. Joseph. Here's a look at those drive times for you as you get ready to head out the door and start your Tuesday. Frederick exit to downtown, 7 minutes. South to northbound highway, 12 minutes. And St. Joseph to Platte City, 24 minutes. So we're starting off with a little bit of a chilly start to the morning. 30s right now with cloudy skies. Through the afternoon, we'll make it into the 40s. Winds picking up from the east, and overall a little bit of a gloomy day ahead. And then this evening, that's when we start to see some rain chances return to the area. Around 7 o'clock, we'll be in the mid 40s. Overnight lows will be in the upper 30s, low 40s, and then that'll lead into a rainy day for tomorrow as well. We're going to see that rain continue all the way through Thursday, and I'll have more on that coming up. Jody.
Jade, thank you. A protest outside of a police training facility in Atlanta has turned violent, and it's led to dozens of arrests. We'll have that full story coming up.
From your local news leader, this is KQ2's Hometown This Morning.
Good morning. The time is now 5:59 on your Tuesday. Looks like a cool and cloudy day ahead of us with highs in the 40s and rain chances returning for tonight.
Coming up on Hometown This Morning, the Community Blood Center has declared the first blood emergency in the year. But what can you do to help? We'll tell you coming up. And a protest outside of a police training facility in Atlanta turns violent, leading to dozens of arrests. We'll have that story. Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, and this is Hometown This Morning. I'm Jody O'Brien.
And I'm Jade Steffens.
Jade, you know what they say about spring showers bring some flowers. I think it's April showers bring May flowers, but we can adjust that to March, right?
Yeah, I think March showers bring just as many flowers as April showers do. So yes, it's definitely